What's going on YouTube? KHUX coming at you with another Kingdom Hearts Unchained key video. If you guys are enjoying this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to share support anyway. It's been a while since I've actually made a video about this because I didn't really have anything to talk about. I figured today I would actually go more in depth on the Nick and Judy's Zootopia medals. I did not get either one. I don't plan on either, and it helps if I play from BlueStacks, not clicking on OBS. So, instead of me getting them, I'll just have like screenshots of them somewhere on the screen right now. Because personally, I don't think they're worth the 3,000 jewels. First of all, wait, where's the, where's the, oh, where I have the filter on, that's why. Wait, no. Okay, yeah, no, because in progress, that's why. Okay. That's why I don't see them. Because I had my filter on. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because these weren't here. Okay, so we have the Nick Wilde, and we have the Judy Hopps, I think? It doesn't tell me. Alright, anyway, so these were the Zootopia medals that were released recently. And I don't think they're worth it at all. Granted, they are decent medals. You can still get use out of them. But overall, I really don't think they're worth their cost, the jewels needed to get them, their effects, and how they've been nerfed. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth here. So I'm going to do stuff in the background over here, I guess, to kind of keep this interesting. But let's see, what can I do right now? I don't know. I don't know, because like I also have to be looking at the thing, but in order for me to be looking at the thing, I can't be doing anything right now. So I'll probably be switching back and forth between what's actually going on and the medals. So let me pull up the medals real quick right here. All right, so first we're going to go over Nick Wilde. In Japan, he was a 1-drop. I think he had a lot lower strength, and he was not AoE, but that was fine because he was, like I said, he was a 1 gauge, and he raised your attacks by 1 stage, which is phenomenal. I don't think that he's as phenomenal right now in the current state that he is, but it does have some have some purpose or has some usages. He does a lot more damage, and he's AoE now for 3 gauges. And he's essentially the combination of Waka plus Diz, in a sense, because he does AoE damage, right? Which is like pretty much the same as Gilted Waka, I think. Overall, oh, that's not what I meant to do. Overall, he does, like I said, he does AoE damage, and obviously the Diz because he's a he raises your strength by one. It's called 1 stage, right? By 1 tier. I'm sorry, 1 tier, not 1 stage. I'm thinking Pokemon terms right now. And he's still a power metal, and he can do a lot of damage. I'll give him that. But I don't think the 3 gauges is worth it at all because, all right, so you have 15 special bars, right? And your main purpose of having like Nick Wilde or Diz or something like that is to boost your attack by the the 1 tier. And if he was a 1-drop, that's phenomenal because that's that's 1/15 of your special bar. You have the rest of your your attacks that turn to go through. Oh, how about a lot of raid bosses? But with the nerf version we got, he's 3 gauges, so that's already a 1/5 of your special gauges right there because that he's 3 gauges now, and at least to me, like you want your buffs to be as small as drop as possible because they're there for their special attack, not because not for their tap or because they have high damage output. They're there because you want that buff, and it makes a lot less sense to me to have them cost more because for balancing purposes. Now I'm gonna get into more on that a little bit after I go over Judy in a second here, and my Twitter is blowing up for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't talk to anybody. I ain't got no friends. Okay, so yeah, so that's Nick Wilde. Judy, on the other hand, she was significantly better in the Japanese version. If this picture will load, I'll have her up on screen. I should have her up on screen now. I'm getting this information from Reddit, by the way, in case anyone's actually wondering where I'm getting this stuff from. It's not like I'm just pulling this stuff, out of thin air. I'm like, yo, these medals are terrible or whatever. Judy, was the same. One drop. Not AoE, and a raid boss. That's Trickmaster. Oh, it's slight work. Except I just used my. Okay. Anyway. Let's pretend that this didn't happen here. So, because I have to switch back and forth between this and the game. The picture in the game, rather. Now, in Japan, Judy was significantly better than she is in America. She was one drop, but she raised your strength by 2 tiers for 1 turn. Obviously, that's a lot better than, than the one we got, because reasons. 2 tiers a lot better than 1 tier. And for 1 drop, that's nutty. Now, Square Enix did say that they were doing this for balancing purposes. That's why they nerfed the medals. Which I can understand, but at the same time, why not just hold off on releasing the Zootopia medals until they're actually you think they'll be balanced with the game? Because when Japan got them at about the same time that we did, I believe. But the thing is with that, the game's been out longer, so that they can kind of gauge what would how good things actually are before they bring them to other regions. You know what I mean? And like I said with Nick, Judy's basically a combination of Aerith and I think Tidus is the speed one drop for AoE. Yeah, Tidus. I believe so. I believe it's Tidus. It should be. Pretty sure it is. Anyway, in any case, I really don't think they should be bought. In Japan, like the way they were distributed was through rankings. I can understand, why they made them the 3,000 jewels over here, because it gives more people accessibility to them. Like even if you don't, rank that high. But at the same time, like they gave us the nerf version of the medals. I think they did. I think the announcement did have the information on them, but I'm not sure. It might have just told us what was on the boards. Oh, speaking of the boards, I have to go over what's on the boards as well, because that definitely isn't worth the 3,000 jewels. Like, the only reason I would even consider, or I think you should consider even getting these boards, is if you actually enjoy the characters or the movie. Other than that, I don't recommend these boards to anyone, because I think you'd be better off with Diz or Aerith. Or Vivi, obviously. But, not everyone can get. Okay, that one right there is pretty sure this one's a pretender right here because it didn't disappear. Or is it this one? Let's see. Okay, this one's a pretender. What was I saying? Yeah, I'll just suffer. I won't get the 1-turn liberate here. Oh, right. The thing with the boards is though that at least you're guaranteed a you're guaranteed a boosting medal, which is fine. But it's also different because in Japan they have a lot more ways to get jewels than we do. Based on what I was reading, they have like events where you can actually get jewels or something to that effect. I don't remember the post I saw earlier today about it. But basically they have a lot more accessibility to jewels than we do. So the 3,000 jewels is average over there, but again, they have more accessibility to the jewels, so it's not that big of a deal for them. For us, like we have to buy them. Well, we can also get them through dailies, but like it takes like what, a week of daily login bonuses in order to equal to one daily medal draw, the 600 deal. I think it takes about a week because it's 600 medals, and we get about 600 medals every 7 days. I'm fairly certain, or something like that. See, like it'd be a lot easier if I had these medals, but like I really don't want to get them because I really don't think they're worth it, in all honesty. But that's just me. You could argue, they are worth it, but like I try to look objective. Like I don't think they're worth it. That's obviously that's a thing. But I'm also trying to keep my opinion separate, because it definitely sounds like I'm just saying like, you know, these medals are trash, don't get them, but they're not trash. They're just not as good as their Japan counterparts are. And what I'm saying is I don't think it's worth it at all. But if you need a boosting medal, you can go for it and have it perform, you know, pretty decently. I have boosting medals, so there's no way, like, okay, there would be a way I would get them. Because I could literally go get one right now. But, like, I don't want to because I don't really like them. I've seen other people use them. Deal out, so what was it? Like, 10k damage with Diz. I mean, that's great and all, but, like... Not Diz? No, not Diz. What's his face? Nick Wilde. But that's literally about the same that Waka hits for. Like, my Waka hits for, what is it, like 8,000? And there's a 1-drop, so, like, eh. So you could also make the argument that since I use Diz and Waka, I could just use Nick Wilde. But Waka's a multi-hit. And for those of you that watched the videos about how to gain easy Lux, you know that Waka is one of the best things for that because he's a multi-hit AoE. Because Lux, not Lux, getting Lux is heavily influenced by, you know, the amount of hits you do as well as the damage, I believe, as well as the damage as well. Yeah, good English, Kenny. I'm sorry I'm a little all over the place right now. I was in the process of eating, so because of that, like, my mind's a little scatterbrained because I haven't eaten yet. I have a headache, but I want to get this video out before I forget and the event ends. I know I should have got this video out earlier about these because I know some people might have already gotten them and now disappointed with them, but you shouldn't be too disappointed because you can still make use out of them, you know? I just don't think they're good. We'll obviously be getting better medals later on, and who knows, they could even errata the medals and, you know, just be like, oh, you know, since we're further along in the storyline now, we can buff these medals. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case, but if that does happen, what they'll probably do is re-release them. I think they'll re-release them anyway, because in games like this, in Final Fantasy Record Keeper, they tend to re-release things later on because of people, you know, you might have missed it or whatever it was from an event. So I think it's going to be re-released. So you'll have a chance to get it then if you don't get it now. If it doesn't get re-released, well then I really don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. I think that would be actually really odd if they're not released ever again. As maybe not as their own event, but like maybe they'll have like some event where you can get previous medals, medals from previous events that you might have missed. Anyway, I'm done rambling on for today because this video is probably like 7 minutes long of me talking about BS, and by 7 minutes, I mean 13 minutes. So, I apologize if you found this video quite boring, but yeah, I got nothing. If you found this video boring, I'm sorry. Anyway, if you have something to add to the discussion, please share it down below in the comments. I do enjoy reading your comments. Also, I know some of you like when I make Unchained videos, but this game isn't really like Record Keeper, where like I can record like the hard parts of an event, because like this game isn't too really like difficult, so to speak, and like the event is literally just fighting a raid boss. So if you guys would like, I don't know, like medal reviews or something like that, I guess I could do some of those for the medals that I have, or I could just try to work on getting, or like maybe more guides like how to like guild effectively, like the cost of guild and stuff like that. You know, just make sure to let me know, because I don't know what I should do. Record Keeper is kind of easy, but anyway, if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to share support. And do enjoy reading all your comments. Be sure to check out all my social media linked down below, including my Discord link where we get together to talk about Kingdom Hearts and various other things. And I will see you guys next time. Later.